One colossal opinion. Thank you for tuning in with me. So this episode, I wanna piggyback off of what I was discussing in There's Hope Part 1. And it's gonna be hard for me to do that, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't know if hope was the right word. I don't know if I used the right word. I actually know I used the wrong word. Because right after that episode was released, the Tennessee Titans traded a young asset for a 6th round pick. And when I saw the news, it made 0 sense then. It made 0 sense then. Okay? Now a little time has passed. And look, I hate to be that person. I hate to be that guy. But it still makes 0 sense. Still makes 0 sense. I don't know if there's really hope to be had. At least not for this iteration of the Titans. I just don't. I actually think it's kind of funny that, a lot of folks been screaming trade Simmons. I mean, a lot of people. You having that opinion or that wish is not the unpopular thing. Like, that is folks want him gone for some reason. I don't know why, but they want him out of here. But I thought it was funny that out of all the people we traded this guy, who we end up getting a 6th round pick, and we drafted him a year ago in the 5th round, if I'm not mistaken. So Brownlee, I mean, I don't know, man. Good luck, man. Good luck, brother. I don't know. I didn't see this coming, and I don't think anybody did outside of probably a few people in that building. I have not heard anything interesting that stands out to me in regard to him being traded, like any reasoning. I heard a little bit of Callahan's press conference, and nothing really made sense. He mentioned how. Well, let me say this actually. Because one thing that I know I read was there were a lot of people on social media talking about Callahan shouldn't have to answer the question about the trade, specifically if he didn't have a lot of impact on that. But based on Callahan's words, him and the general manager were on the same page. So I'm not really sure what to make of that, if there's anything to make of it at all. Because again, I said hope. And with these folks that are running the team right now, I don't know how much hope there is to have. Now, I had full intentions on this being about bringing some statistics to the table and giving Titans fans hope in regard to Cam Ward. But from what I've seen and read over the last 48 hours, a lot of fans feel a positive energy about Cam Ward. So I think that's something to be noted. That's a plus. We can all be, good Cam Ward supporters, and not argue on social media about Cam Ward. That would be nice. Outside of that, I haven't seen the improvements anywhere on the team that make me say, hey, we're a player or two away from competing. No, we're several pieces away, and again, I'll say this: we're a head coach potentially away. Brian Callahan has just not looked good, and I've tried to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I really believe I've seen enough. I think on the last episode I said that he'd earned his strike 3 with me. He definitely has. I'm still standing on that. And despite this just being his second year and him still growing, I don't know if he is the guy for the job. I don't know if he's the guy for the job. So again, Brown Lee is traded. Brown Lee Jr. is traded. 6th round pick. I don't and I'm not sure if y'all saw the official trade. But y'all, we traded a pick with him. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it was a 7th rounder. So, I could see someone being like, "Oh, a 7th rounder don't matter." No. We shouldn't be giving up nothing. At least not the young talent on, rookie deals that could develop into something for us. As much as I'm against the Jeffrey Simmons trade, I could understand that more because of the value that he would bring. Now, that's another thing that I don't know if Titan fans really understand the value of Jeffrey Simmons. I think it would be interesting to see what that value would be. I have a feeling that we might, and I'll throw myself in there too. I'm a Titans fan. We might overvalue him on the market. Some of us, at least. So I think I saw a mock trade, for the Patriots, and it was like a 2nd and a 3rd. I think it was a 2nd and a 3rd. I could be totally wrong on that, but I'm gonna go with a 2nd and a 3rd. It was a 2nd and a 3rd, and I remember looking at that saying they wouldn't offer a 2nd and a 3rd. I just don't think they wouldn't. I think Jeff is a really, really good player. Pro Bowl level player, but I don't know if we doing a 2nd and a 3rd for Jeffrey Simmons. And hey, maybe I'm wrong. I could be totally wrong. But hey, I know that he was in trade talks prior. There were people asking a question about him and Michael Parsons and all of that. That probably would have been a better trade for Dallas anyway, if as far as who they would have got back. No disrespect to the gentleman that they traded for. But I think Big Jeff is a big playmaker. So, hey, we'll see what happens with that. I think you got to have something to sell. Jeffrey Simmons, the hot name. He probably is our most valuable trade asset at this point. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But Cam Ward has an opportunity to do something special with this team, and I just think he's going to have the right head coach around him. He's going to have the right head coach. The GM made some decent calls as far as getting certain players, in my opinion. I don't know about this trade. I just criticized the trade, but I want to give him an opportunity too. I do think that it takes 2-3 years to really build something. And yeah, I'm on the Fire Callahan train because he's shown some incompetence and he's made some very questionable mistakes. Oh man, very, very questionable. It makes me mad just thinking about it. But we'll see. Again, we'll see. I'm speaking to how the Titans could overcome this mess without a coach firing. And I think it's gonna be tough. But I think if you're looking for Callahan to win games now, I think you're just fooling yourself. Because one, I don't think we have a lot of talent, but we do have enough talent to keep games competitive. Not having an edge rusher hurts. It hurts us bad because they can just double those interior guys, and Sweat has been hurt, so you just double Jeff and you chilling on the edge. You chilling. Your tackles are chilling. Your guards helping out. Y'all relaxing. So that's something that needs to change, and I really don't know if it can change this season. You know, could somebody potentially step up and break out and be a guy? I mean, maybe. It's still early. But it don't look good. It does not look good for Titans. But we'll see. I think, again, expectations were low. They were low. I just didn't know it was going to have to be this low. I didn't know it was going to have to be this low. That's kind of crazy. But that's all I got. I was going to try to bring hope, but, you know, since that moment, the Titans, again, have just made some questionable moves that don't make a lot of sense. Callahan don't sound confident on the podium. You know, I don't know, man. The franchise is in disarray. You know, that's what it is right now. So we'll see. And the next episode will probably be the review of the Houston game. I'm looking forward to that. Somebody got to get a win. I hate to say it, but this could be one of them C.J. Stroud games, man. If he gonna have time to sit in the pocket and, you know, break contain just because the ends ain't doing their jobs, it could be one of those games. I don't think it will, but hey, it wouldn't surprise me. On our side, I would hope that we get a little bit of a run game going early with Pollard, because I really like when Pollard's going. He's even more confident getting out there, running out of the backfield, and receiving passes once he's going in the run game. And, you know, I'd love to say let's get out there and pass it every first down and get the chemistry going between the quarterback and the wide receivers, but we'll see. We'll see. We do need to mix it up a little bit with the play calling on early downs. It's just too predictable. Putting your young quarterback in bad positions, Callahan. What's going on? Oh, he handed over the call duties, the play calling duties. So that was another thing that happened this week since, which I thought that was a good thing. Yeah, let somebody else call the plays and you focus on time management. But I think that time management and personnel and all of that, he gonna have to get that quick. And I say that because, man, he was supposed to be the offensive guru, so he don't have to call the plays. But I feel like I don't know, man. I think that he should be calling plays now. Not right now. I'm glad he handed over the plays for now. I'm glad, but I'm only glad because he got to go back and learn some basic stuff with the coaching and the organization and all of that. So we'll see how Callahan approaches this week. Man, I'm hoping it's not a C.J. Stroud party, because it could be. And then we got Snead taunting or saying who about Nico Collins, man. It could get ugly, y'all. It could get ugly. But remember what I told y'all earlier. Man, drink your water, walk, journal, do some deep breathing, go do some yoga or something, work out, do that, Titans fans, and keep your mind off of this. Or think about it on the podcast. Just a thought. Tighten up. One colossal opinion.